Okay, we're here in the Bellport Battle Bunker. We're going to be playing a 2,500 point game. It's going to be the Space Marines Imperium against Chaos Nurgle. And we're going to be taking a mission out of the 7th edition rulebook. Okay, we got the Crimson Fists. They're going to be coming out of these two books. We got the Space Marines and then the Angels of Death. We're going to be doing a Sternhammer Strike Force, which is going to follow the Imperial Fist doctrines. And that means they're going to get Superior Bolter Drill, which re-roll all bolters and heavy bolters, even the special ammunition from the Stern Guard, and tank hunters on all Devastator squads. Also, all units in this primary detachment is going to have Stubborn, so no modifiers to morale in combat. Okay, we have 2,500 points of a Sternhammer Strike Force. It's going to be Imperial Fist Chapter Tactics, but using the Crimson Fist Army. I have a Battle Demi Company as its core in the front, and I have two auxiliary choices, a First Company Task Force and then an Ironclad Dread Siege Ancient. So let's go through the all the different units. So we have a Captain. He's going to be in Terminator Armor, Combi Melta, Chain Fist, and an Auspex. He's going to have a Command Squad with him. Where is that? Over here, Command Squad with 5 Melta Guns in a drop pod. I have 3 Tactical Fists, which is 10 man strong with a Razorback. I have 2 with a Combi Melta and Melta, and then a Heavy Bolter as a Heavy. This one also has a Heavy Bolter, but this one has a Combi Flamer and Flamer in the Razorback. And then the third 10-man tactical squad is also a Combi Melta Melta with a Heavy Bolter and in a Razorback. There's a Devastator squad, 10-man, with 4 las cannons and a Razorback with a twin-link las cannon. And for the fast attack element is going to be 3 attack bikes with heavy bolters. I'm also in that company. There's the optional Dreadnought. It's going to be a unit, so 2 Dreadnoughts with twin link las cannon and heavy flamer power fist, and they're a squadron. So that's the Battle Demi Company as the core. And I'm joining an auxiliary unit, the First Company Task Force, which is going to be 4 Stern Guard squads, all 5-man. The first 3 are in Rhinos, and they each have a heavy flamer. And then the 4th one has Combi Meltas, and they're going to be in a drop pod. And my second auxiliary is an Ironclad Dread with the Ironclad Assault Frag Launchers, Chain Fist, Power Fist, and 2 heavy flamers in a drop pod. Drop pods have storm bolters, all of them, and that's about that's 2,500 points right on the nose. Okay, we got special rules for the auxiliary, the Stern Guard First Company Task Force. When they have Fear and Fearless, so they won't be rolling any morale checks. They won't break, and if an enemy unit is within 12 inches of 3 or more of these units, including their transports, their leadership is going to be at -2. And I also get to nominate a unit at the start of the game that all the squads from this formation will have preferred enemy against. So I get to pick one unit, and then that unit will be targeted as a preferred enemy, and this whole squad right here, this whole formation, we'll be able to re-roll 1s to hit in combat and shooting. The tactical Battle Demi Company gets a tactical doctrine where I can once per turn play that card, where I can re-roll all 1s with the whole army and shooting and to hit in assault and also shooting, and I got to re-roll twin link those Meltas and Combi Meltas from the tactical squads. And that's a once per game rule. All right, so we got Chris back in the Bellport Battle Bunker here, and He's going to be using the Chaos Space Marines Nurgle, but he's going to be playing him out of the new Traitor Legion book. And let's go over his army. 2,500 points of Chaos Nurgle. Alright, so here it is. This is 2,500 points of Chaos Nurgle out of the Traitor Legions, and Chris is going to walk us through his army. So just tell us about your units and any formations you got.
Okay, right here on the left I have the Hellforged War Pack, which is led by a Mark of Nurgle Warpsmith. And the Hellforged War Pack makes one of them a War Pack Alpha, which gives him a 4+ invulnerable. That would be this guy. And then he's got he's a Forge Fiend with the plasma cannons, and the other two are Defilers, just standard equipment. Well, the one's got a close combat weapon rather than the autocannon arm, and that formation lets them re-roll or reuse rather their Demon Forge rule as many times as you want.
All right, what do you got next?
Over here, this whole thing here is a combined arms detachment led by Demon Prince with Mark of Nurgle, wings, and a black mace. To the left of him is 2 Mark of Nurgle Obliterators. Behind them is a squad of 8 Havocs with las cannons, regular Chaos Space Marines, no Mark. And I have 2 units of Cultists that are armed with autoguns, and each one has a heavy stubber, 2 units of 12. And then I have a Vindicator with a Havoc launcher. And then last in this combined arms detachment is a squad of 4 Terminators with combi plasmas and various close combat weapons, WYSIWYG. And then over here is a Plague Colony, which consists of 3 units of Plague Marines led by a Chaos Lord. The first unit is on foot with the Chaos Lord, has a Burning Brand and a Lightning Claw. And in that unit is a Flamer and a Melt-A-Gun, 7 Plague Marines. The unit behind that is a 5-man Plague Marine squad and a Rhino with a combi with a Twin Bolter. There's a combi Melta on the Champion and 2 Melt-A-Guns. Then the other squad, combi Plasma, 2 Plasmas, and a Rhino with a combi Melta. And the Plague Colony reduces weapon skill and initiative by 1 if within 7. And the Nurgle Vectorium, the Hellforged War Pack and Plague Colony formation, they get stealth if they're over 18 away, and they also get to reroll 1s on a Feel No Pain. And I think that's it for that.
Alright, so they get shrouded, right? The whole
they get stealth if
stealth
they're
and
18.
shrouded. Stealth?
I think they only get stealth if they're 18 away.
Alright. Alright, so 2,500 points here, and we're going to get a classic matchup of Imperium versus Chaos, and 7th edition style. Alright, so we're going to be playing a 7th edition mission out of the Maelstrom of War, Contact Lost. And in this mission we have 6 objectives placed out there randomly in spots, and we are going to be using the tactical objective cards. We each have special cards for our faction, and however many objectives you control at the beginning of your turn is how many objective cards you generate. We'll be rolling for night fighting, we'll be using reserves, we will not be using mysterious objectives. Alright, so here's the battlefield. It's a planet on the Eastern Fringe of the universe, and with the Fall of Cadia, chaos has been rampant in the Cadia sector, but it was come to find that the whole universe is being tainted by chaos, and there's a surge in activity. And while the Imperium is going west to fight that, the Crimson Fists have been tasked with defending the Eastern Fringe, which is closer to their home world. And we've found an incursion on this planet. It's a frontier planet, so we've sent a strike cruiser to get some landings on here. So we have guys on the ground, and we're going to have a couple of drop pods coming from orbit and see what's going on in this part of a city. Some kind of a manufactorum storage area. Alright, so we got the deployment from the Nurgle. They got to deploy first. They're going to be going first. So we got the objectives. We got objective number 3 already held by Nurgle over here by looks like one of their plague marine squads. Is that the one with the Lord in it? He's attached to it.
Yep.
Alright, and then just panning over here, you see all these guys strung out in a line. We got the Vindicator, and there was one more. There's the other objective right there. So you're in control of 2 objectives at the start of your turn. If you get that first turn, you got some Havocs over here. We got objective number 2 in the middle of the field. There's another one in the middle, number 5, and a third one in the middle, number 4. And objective number 1 is being controlled by the Tactical Marines right here, and also this Tactical Marine Rhino. We've combat squadded everything that can combat squad, and inside the Rhinos are the Stern Guard. They're in their rides. And we got the 2 Meltas in the middle, Melta Combi Melta, and then we got the Flamer, Combi Flamer over here on the side. Our Devastator squad is out. The other half of the Devastator squad with just 5 bolters is inside this Rhino, Razorback I mean. And we're counting all these ruins here. This little thing is, that's just 5 up cover, this bombed out section. Everything is obviously the vision for what you can see, and if you're behind the terrain, we're going to call it a 5 up for the whole board, just to keep it simple. Alright, so the Crimson Fists are going to try to seize. Chaos currently has first turn. We're playing the contact lost, so as many objectives as you control, you're going to generate cards with a minimum of 1 card. So let's see if we can seize that initiative on a 6. Nope, we got the 3. So Chaos Space Marines going into turn 1. Alright, so Chaos drew 2 cards. They got Secure Objective 6, which I believe is in your possession. Isn't that right over here? Is this 6?
Yeah.
Alright, so 6 is in your possession. And this is a special one, 16. So what do we got for you out of the book here?
Death begets life. Score 1 VP if 7 enemy models were slain during my turn. If 14 were slain, score D3.
Oh, so it's just models, not units.
Right, and then D3 plus 3 if it's 21 models.
Okay, so death begets life. Let's see what the Nurgle could do on their turn 1. Alright, so we got a couple of guys in reserve. We got the Terminators and the Obliterators. Are they 1 squad or 2 separate dudes?
1 squad.
Okay, so 2 units in reserve, and we're going for turn 1. Alright, so Chris has moved out. He's got the Cultists coming out here, surrounding this objective, trying to protect the Defilers from the Deep Strikers. He's got this guy moving out full speed with a pop in the smoke. That's got the Melters in it. We nominated the Forge Fiend as our extremist level threat, so that's the preferred enemy that our Stern Guard will be able to fight against. And looks like the Vindicator sallied forth a bit. This Rhino over here got through the terrain. Is he popping smoke with the Warp Smith in it, or is he staying hanging tight there? Chill. And it looks like these guys jockeyed over a little bit. So all movement's done, and we're going to get into shooting. The Havoc launcher, and we're going to be firing over here. And we have a direct hit. So you're going to be getting all 5 guys that are on top of this little medical container right here.
We'll center it on the...
Yeah, it's right on this guy. Okay. You got them all.
5? Right.
Yep.
So it's twin linked, so I re-roll.
Alright, so we're twin linked on the Havoc launcher.
5 wounds.
Alright, we got 5 saves coming up. Alright, the Emperor is not protecting here. We lost 3 right out of the gate. So it's going to be the 3 closest. So it's going to be these 3 right here gone. That'll be a morale check for that unit at the end of the shooting phase. Alright, we got a Cultist firing through onto this tactical squad.
1 hit with a heavy stubber. Nothing.
Alright, so we got the Havocs firing through at this one.
Yep, this one.
This one. Alright, so we got Havocs shooting through right here. And you said only 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 hits. Strength 9.
So
1 glance, 2 pens.
Alright, so we got cover. I'm going to do 5 up against the pens. So we got 1 that's saved, and then the glance is also saved. So we got 1 penetrating hit coming through.
A 3.
So it becomes a...
So
it's just a stun. So it won't be able to shoot at full effect, but it will be able to move. And that's a whole point of damage on this Razorback. Alright, so we got the Forge Fiend firing through on this Stern Guard transport, the Rhino. He's got 2 weapons that have line of sight. Actually, looks like all 3 can see.
Okay.
All 3 can see it.
Alright, let me see if I overheat with any 1s. No. So, it's, I'm using the Demon Forge so I can re-roll. So, first template. Hits.
Direct hit.
Second one. Goes 5 inches away.
And it looks like it's going to take it to this angle, so...
Nothing.
Nothing.
Third one. 1 inch.
It's going to hit. So you got 2 hits on it
Okay.
with the plasma. Rolling the pen. What's the strength?
Strength 8. So.
So 1 glance. You going to re-roll that 2, or do you want to roll both of them?
Reroll both.
Okay. Alright, both penetrating hits on the re-rolls. And I'm going to get a 5 up save from the intervening terrain, which I do make 1. So 1 penetrating hit is going to get through. What's the AP? 2?
Yeah.
So we're going to add 1 to this die roll. So that one is also taking a whole point, and will be only snap firing next turn. So we got Cultist firing a heavy bolter through right here to this last cannon team, Devastators.
Nothing.
No hits.
Reaper autocannon at the last cannons. It's a good thing it's twin linked. 1 hit. 2 hits. Strength 7. 2 wounds.
Alright, we'll see if we get any saves here. Devastators. Both save.
Okay. The battle cannon.
Big blast.
Yep.
Alright, so the battle cannon is going to be going right in the center of the squad, hitting 3 with a direct hit, which we got. So 3 guys underneath the template. All 3 are wounded. So we're going to get the 5 up cover. And they all fail. So 3 guys will die. That includes the sergeant and 2 of the last cannons.
Sweet.
Alright, so sergeant's down and 2 last cannons.
I use a Demon Forge so I don't hurt myself.
And then we'll have to take a morale check at the end. We got the second Forge Fiend is firing, trying to finish off the Devastator squad. That's down to 2 guys. Same battle cannon.
Yeah, Demon Forge again. Scatters 6 inches diagonally.
Looks like right towards that Razorback. So it's going to hit the Razorback, but miss the Devastators.
Okay.
Alright, so we got 2 dice. We got a 5 there, so 8 and 5. That's definitely going to penetrate the Razorback.
Okay, that one. Now,
we'll get a cover.
Yep.
So 5 up cover, which we make.
Okay. See if he hurts himself. No.
Alright, so we're going to do a morale check on this tactical squad over here on the container. They get a 5, they're okay. And these guys were pinned inside the Razorback, the Stern Guard, from that penetrating hit. The other ones were okay. And our Devastators have to roll to see if they're going to be alright. 6, 7, 8, so they're okay. They're going to hold their ground. Alright, that was turn 1 shooting. We got some smoke here. Let's take a look at the objectives. I think you killed only 6 models, right? So you didn't get that one?
Right, but I got secure.
But you did secure objective 6, so that's so far 1 objective point from those tactical cards. And no first blood yet. Nothing was completely destroyed. So going on to the bottom of turn 2. I got 2 drop pods out of 3 coming down. We'll see what we got coming back with the top of the Crimson Fist turn. Alright, so we have one objective in our possession by that medical container, and we're going to get overwhelming firepower here. So we're going to be able to score a victory point if we destroy something in the shooting phase. If we can get 3 or more enemy units, we get D3. So let's go for that overwhelming firepower from the Crimson Fists. Alright, we're going to drop pod down here to try to block this Vindicator. And this is the command squad with the captain with his melter guns. So that's going to scatter 8. So let's measure that up. Alright, so the scatter took us back. We actually landed on top of this manufactorum building right here, so we were able to deploy 3 inches down and 3 inches out. Only 2 of the melters and the captain's melter, combi melter, will be within that 6-inch range of that Vindicator. The rest of them are going to have that strength 8 shot. Alright, so we got the attack bikes moving up into position over here. Try to see if I can finish off that squad after they get flamed. The heavy bolter remains still, but the rest of the squad moved up, stringing them out, just getting a little bit further forward. I'm going to move this guy over just to make sure I'm on that objective and get this guy going. We got these 2 tanks moving up and neither one of them are popping any smoke. We had these 3 vehicles move up. We got 2 popping smoke, and this one's going to be only be able to snap fire. These guys stayed where they are. Devastators stayed. Dreadnoughts moved up a bit. We're trying to get this one Forge Fiend here. I got a lot of my last cannons. We got the Devastators looking to target him, the Dreadnought, and the Razorback. So we're going to try to put him down. Alright, Chris is going to help me out here. I got 2 flamers coming out of those fists. And how many do I get there with the 2 heavy flamers?
1 out of each fist, right?
Yep. So
5.
5 from that one.
And 5, I would say. 5 and 6.
Alright, so we're going to get 11 total from the dual heavy flamer.
12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay, so after the shooting, we killed a bunch of Havocs with some heavy bolter fire from this guy and this squad. And I think two were killed, right, from the Havocs from that?
Yep.
And the flamer obviously did a lot of damage. And we were able to finish him off with the heavy bolter from here. And the attack bikes through this little corridor. So we got 1 kill point there and first blood. So overwhelming firepower has been achieved. And our melters, we had 1 that was in range. I'm sorry, 3 in range. 1 of them did penetrate. And we were able to do 2 whole points of damage and silence that machine because they're all template weapons, so it won't be able to fire. But it can, I think it can move, right? We had that.
Yeah.
It can move. And this guy over here, we got a lucky shot with the Devastators right out of the gate, and we were able to get an explode result on this Defiler, and it did wound the Demon Prince, but he made a save. And then that allowed us to shift over here where our last cannons now targeted the second Defiler. He made some cover saves, and I believe he took 1 whole point of damage and made his Demon save to ignore the crew stunned. And a couple other shots went into these Chaos Plague Marines, but their superior toughness helped them out, so we couldn't get any damage on them. And I think that's it for shooting. So we fell a little short. We got 2 units killed, but we did get first blood. And we popped some smoke on some of these vehicles, and let's see what Nurgle's got for their Deep Strikers. And turn 2. Alright, so the Terminators did not come in, but the Obliterators did, and we got them deep striking right in front of the Ironclad with a direct hit. This guy did not move, but the Demon Prince and the Forge Fiend moved up to try to target the Captain and his command squad. A couple other vehicles are moving up through this corridor right over here on the other side of the Manufactorum. And the Chaos Lord with his Plague Marines moving up through the fuel depot area, and the Cultists moving up. Defiler staying back. So, what do we got here? You tried to get this guy out to try to fix and repair this Rhino, right?
Right. So he fixes it on a 4+.
Alright.
He fixed
So
it.
he gets a whole point?
Took the whole point. But he's still stunned, unfortunately.
Yeah. Alright, the Nurgle have their shooting phase. So we were able to use the melter here. And he did a penetrating hit on this guy. And he can't move or shoot. And did a whole point. And then the last cannons fired through. And also did the same thing. So 2 whole points, but we didn't get it destroyed. And what targeted this? The Forge Fiend?
Yeah.
So the Forge Fiend shot through over here with its plasmas and was able to do 2 whole points of damage and blow the weapon off of this Rhino, the Stern Guard's Rhino. Yeah, he wants to plan a charge with this Demon Prince against the command squad and his captain, so they were untouched. And the Lord used his torrent. He has a flamer torrent, so marked a spot over here and then flamed 3 guys, killed 1, and now we're soul blazed. And you were really unlucky with all these melters over here, right?
Yeah.
One thing did pop the tank though. Which destroyed it? Was it
the combi melted from the Rhino?
So the combi melted from the Rhino actually popped the tank, but then his plasmas overheated, killed one of the guys inside, and I was able to make my cover saves from the other damage. And then these guys, I think they rolled 2 1s to hit with the melters. You're going to try to take 2 more out, popping out of here. So they were undamaged, and so they lost their ride, their soul blaze, but they're okay. This guy got immobilized. What shot through on him? The blast from the Forge Fiend, the big blast?
Yeah.
So the big blast targeted this Razorback with the tactical squad inside and immobilized their ride, so they're not going to be able to move up for that objective or use their flamers on these guys. They're going to have to get out and hoof it. And I think that's it, right, for the shooting?
Yep.
So you did destroy a Rhino from the Stern Guard squad and did some whole points of damage to the Ironclad and did whole points to a Rhino over here. And we got to see if it will not die on your Forge Fiend, right?
Yeah. I guess well, at the end of the turn.
Okay. So we got assaults coming up. Alright, so we got a charge from the Demon Prince. He rolled a 1 with the Demon Weapon, which means he took a wound because he failed his invulnerable save. So he's got 6 attacks coming in at weapon skill 1 against my weapon skill 6, so let's roll him up. Still initiative 8, so...
4 to hit.
Any mastercrafts it or anything like that?
No.
Alright, so Chris was able to reroll 2 of the... he rerolled for Hatred, so he got 2 of those hits back, so what do you got, 4 hits altogether?
Yeah, 4 hits, so strength 6.
Alright, let's see what we got. 2 is to wound, toughness 4.
4 wounds.
So I got 4 wounds, and it's Black Mace.
Yeah.
What's the AP on it?
AP 2 because it's a monstrous creature.
Alright, so this is all on the invulnerable save for the Iron Halo. Let's see if the captain can hold his ground and the Emperor protects on a 4 up. And unfortunately, I'm failing 3. And that's how many wounds he has. So the captain has been slain with at initiative step 8. That leaves that command squad in big trouble.
Alright,
So the Black Mace had a special rule where anybody within 3 inches had to take a toughness test. We passed 2, failed 1, so one of the command squad guys died. And now they're going to get to pile in and make their attacks and see if they can hurt this Demon Prince. Okay, so we were able to do 1 wound. We wounded 3, but he failed one of his saves. So we did 1 wound. And we're going to make this morale check. My whole army is stubborn because of Dorn's legacy with the Sternhammer Strike Force. But we still fail. So initiative to try to get away. I rolled an 8. I'm sorry, a 9. What do you got?
Mine.
The Black Mace knocked it down, or was that
This is like
only weapon skill?
I'm sorry, I keep rolling them if they're cocked.
Yeah, that's alright. Alright, so these guys have been locked up in combat, and that was it for combats, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the captain is dead. You said Slay the Warlord for you.
Sweet.
And you got that one objective 6, so the game is tied at 2-2 in the middle of the second round right now. Alright, let's go to Crimson Fist and see if that second pod comes down. You have some minuses to my reserves, right, with your special formation rules?
No, I chose the one that would give my guy a plus. Nah. Mine's reroll my reserves. I forgot to do it last time.
Okay. Alright, so the no effects on my reserves, so on a 3 up, my pod's coming in. Let's see what we got. Not coming in. Okay, we pulled objectives. We were in control of 3 of them, so we got Death from Above, which is anything that comes from Deep Strike Reserve, but unfortunately my drop pod did not come down this turn. Secure Objective 4, and No Mercy, No Respite. We get a point for every enemy unit killed or fail morale checks, and D3 if 3 or more are destroyed. So here's Objective 4. We're not going to get out and go for that because I don't want to be within range of this. I'm trying to draw these guys off. So we exited the immobilized Razorback over here to try to use the flamer on a second turn on those cultists. We moved up over here. We're going to disembark these guys with the combi melter to try to take out this rhino. I moved up my soul blaze, guys. Chris was able to get 2 wounds on me, but I made this 1 wound. I made the save, and that's it. Oh, I got to finish some moving over here on the left side, but that's what we got for objectives. Okay, movement phase. We got the bikes moving up to try to get some range on these havocs over here. We moved this squad up to try to follow up this stern guard. We deployed out here. The tank came around. We're going to try to flame up some of those obliterators and get some stern guard special ammunition shots on them. This guy moved full move and then popped smoke. We got the melters in here. The melters over here disembarked to try to take out this rhino. We moved up the stern guard. This stern guard rhino backed in here. We deployed 6 inches. We got the 2d6. We got the 6-inch move through the terrain. So we got the heavy flamer set up, trying to look at maybe the Lord, or maybe if we pop this tank, we can try to flame what comes out. And the dreadnoughts only moved 1 inch, so we're not sure what they're going to shoot at, but probably going to be that defiler down range with all these last cannons again, and see if we could take him out. And these guys moved out and up, trying to get some shots on the cultists. And we may be within range. I'll see how close we are to that objective, but I think we're out. And that's it. So go up to shooting, see if we can take out some more of these Nurgle units. We got no mercy, no respite. That means try to destroy some units or make them fail morale checks. And secure objective 4. And the other one was death from above, which we will not be able to do because of no deep strike. Alright, the shooting started out with some good hits and some damage, but then it fizzled out. All the firing that came through here on the Havocs and the Obliterators, we did 1 wound from all this stuff. Heavy bolters, stern guard. You know, the Dreadnought couldn't do anything because he was shaken. But we killed 1 Havoc with the heavy bolter squad, the attack bikes, and we did 1 wound. So that's all this shooting over here. This guy moved up, and that included also these heavy bolters firing at the Obliterators. So we couldn't kill anything or make a break check on that. Over here we failed to pop this rhino with the melter. We only had 1 hit. And I think we just got a glance. I don't even know if we got anything. So we got trying to force them out so I could flame them. I had flamers ready to go in both directions here, but didn't work. So I wound up shooting at the Lord squad, and we killed 1 flamer with this stern guard squad. And then this stern guard squad flamed and shot with the AP3 wounds of dragon fire, but he made all of his feel no pains, the actual wounds that got through, with toughness 5. He survived a whole bunch of fire from here also at the Lord's Plague Marines. And then we tried to take down a defiler. We fired 2 las cannons, got a penetrating hit. Fired 1 more las cannon here, got a penetrating hit, so that was 2 hull points. And then we fired here, and we only penetrated with 1. So we did 3 hull points of damage. He did not ignore the shakens, so, and we got a weapon destroyed, I think, on one of them, right? So we lost a claw.
Yeah.
So 3 hull points of damage, missing 1 of its claws, and it can't. And he survived his demon save, so he can shoot and move freely. These guys also tried to target some of the Lord squad, but to no effect. So we got a full cultist squad over here, a Lord squad that lost a flamer, but pretty much a full effect. A heavily damaged, but still operable defiler. Forge Fiend untouched, because we were trying to drop the drop pod in to get him, but didn't come in this turn. I believe your Vindicator is now on full effect now, right? It just has 1 hull point of damage, but it can fire all of its weapons now, clean.
Yeah.
And the Obliterators don't have to make any check. The Havocs don't have to make a check. And we just got to finish this assault. So let's check it out. Right now I have no victory points or card points from this turn. Alright, the Demon Prince with the Black Mace made short work of that command squad, doing 4 wounds and taking them down. He got his consolidation, and now he's ready to go. So we're going Bomber turn 2. It looks like the score is even, right? I have 2 points, First Blood and Overwhelming Firepower, and you got Secure Objective 6 and Slay the Warlord. So we're 2-2 going into the top of turn 3. You still have Devastators out there, and see if they're going to deep strike. and we'll come back and see what happens with Chris's move. Alright, Chaos Space Marine Nurgle, top of turn 3. Alright, shooting phase. Very effective this turn. The last cannons destroyed the ironclad, right?
Right.
So that's 1 unit dead. And you still have that card where every 7 you get, you're going to get bonuses, right?
Wait, yeah, he counts as a model.
Yeah,
so
he counts.
He goes towards the total count. Okay.
So that was 1. And then you killed a bike. So that was another 1 from the obliterators. And these Terminators dropped down with their plasma and fired and shot over here and wiped out 3 guys. I actually made cover saves with these other guys because they were behind that cover. So that's 3, 4, 5. And then who else was taken down? Over here, we lost a whole Stern Guard squad. And then we lost a second whole Stern Guard squad from the Torrent Flamer from the Lord. And all of the plasmas that popped up out of this Rhino shooting here. So that added to the total. I was lucky over here. The Emperor was protecting us here. All these auto guns, a lot of damage, but I made every single save. Oh, that was weird, right? Your Defiler fired a big blast here, killed my 2 Devastator last cannon guys. Did a whole point here. But what was the rule? He took some damage from a Demon Forge?
Yeah, the Demon Forge. He was using the Demon Forge to try to wound people, and he took a hull point at the end of the shooting phase, killed himself.
So he was only on 1 left because I only did the 3 hull points for all these last cannons. So we guess we got our revenge there. But there was a lot of tallies with the deaths. So you've gotten. I'm just going to pan over here real quick. So you killed a whole bunch of Stern Guard and then the Devastators and some Tactical Marines. So there's a mix. So that was 2 blocks of 7 plus the attack bike plus the Ironclad Dread. And
so how many is that total now? Like 20 or
models? No, it's just 14, 15, 16.
Okay.
So 16 altogether. But now you got this guy going into a combat. So let's see how many attacks he gets with the Black Mace.
He gets
3.
3, so he's going to have Hammer of Wrath, and then he'll have 8 charging in.
Alright, so let's do the Hammer of Wrath and see if I can survive that hit. Which I do. And now he's going to get all those attacks, right?
Yep.
What was it, 9?
8.
8.
And, actually...
6 plus 3,
he'll
right?
have 9. Yeah. So, 9. 3 to hit. 2 to wound.
Everything looks good so far. You just need 5 wounds. There's nothing I can do to stop it.
And
You should have 8.
And I have Fleshbane, but I think that's moot because of his strength.
So, anything but a 1? 5?
Yep.
So that whole squad has been taken down. So that ups your tally to, well, let's figure it out. So you're going to get your consolidation. We'll figure out the tally. All right, so I did forget to mention I did 1 wound on Overwatch when he was coming in with the Stern Guard snap firing. But that squad takes him to 21 total kills. So how does that work over there with that card?
So now I get, it's Death Begets Life, Death Guard objective. And you get D3 plus 3 victory points if 21 models were slain during my turn.
Alright, D3, let's roll it up. There's the full boat. So 3 points, that puts you in the lead right now. Top of turn 3.
Well, it's D3 plus 3, so it's
Oh,
6.
man, 6. Big lead.
So 8.
So you got the 6-point lead. So it's 8-2 right now at the top of turn 3. And all of your models in, and I still have a drop pod left. But the Nurgle really did some damage that turn. And they got one of their big objective cards.
Yeah, that's a killer objective.
Yep.
But I just got it by, just got the 21.
That was big though. Good round for the Nurgle. And let's see if the Crimson Fist with their command squad can come down. Remember. So we dropped in, we scattered, we were on here, we scattered off, but I still got my guys within 6 inches of the Forge Fiend. The tactical squad with the flamers and combi flamers moved into a great firing position on these cultists. And some guys shuffled up around here. The dreadnoughts got a 5-inch move through the terrain. We're going to try to kill some of the Lord's Plague Marines. The Devastator squad got out of here, that combat squatted, so they maybe lend their bolter fire down here if anything's alive. We immobilized ourselves. We moved the first 6 inches, got in terrain good, and then we tried to get the next 6-inch move, but got immobilized right there. So the tactical squad followed up with the melter gun. We're going to try to pop that rhino. It's got one more hull point left. This guy shuffled forward a little bit just to get that objective. We were able to control 2 objectives at the beginning of the turn, so we had 2 cards. And we kept hold the line and no mercy, no respite. No, I'm sorry, deny death from above, which is if that thing deep strikes and kills something, we're going to get that card. Plus we'll get the no mercy, no respite. So we got a possibility of getting 2 points with just 1 kill right there. And the bikes fell back last turn from failing morale, but they moved back into their position to try to take on the Havocs. And Demon Prince is looking safe right now this turn. Alright, let's see what we got for shooting. Bomb at turn 3. Alright, we were able to destroy this Rhino with the Melta shot. Guys got out. They're okay. The Vindicator was destroyed by the Melta guns here. The Warpsmith, what did he take? He took a wound. What did he get wounded from?
The Vindicator blew up and wounded him.
Oh, that's right. So he took 1 wound. We did not get death from above. We had the deep striking Stern Guard. And they hit here, but only 2 whole points of damage, and it's immobilized. And we couldn't kill. We killed 1 Havoc, so there's still 4 last cannons. We only killed the Bolter. But we did kill 2 Terminators, or 1 Terminator. So we were able to get 1 Terminator down. I don't know. I'm not sure who it was. Was it this Heavy Bolter?
I think so.
Yeah. So we got 1 Heavy Bolter. Was able to kill a Terminator. The Obliterators are undamaged. The Demon Prince is okay. And we were able to get no mercy, no respite. But we couldn't get that D3 for killing 3 units. So we're down with that Nurgle turn, that special card that he got. We're losing 8-3. So we're down by 5 going into the top of turn 4. So let's see what the Nurgle have planned. We got a Demon Prince and we got a Demon Chaos Lord on the loose. We got an immobilized Forge Fiend, and we did destroy the Vindicator. But Nurgle still has some heavy hitters out here, and it's going to come down to the wire. Let's see what we got. Top of turn 4 coming up. Okay, shooting. We had the Terminators, shot some bolters, did a wound, but we saved. Last cannons from the Havocs. They fired all the way through here. There were 2 Marines left standing on here. They both got killed by the last cannon fire. The Warpsmith got back into the Rhino, fired his flamer, cooked 2 guys, and then the Meltas and the Plasmas also fired from out of here. The Melta from the Warpsmith, and then this guy's Plasma, and killed another one. So we lost 2 men from that squad. The assault cannons over here opened fire. Did not roll well for hits. Only hit like 4 times, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And no Wrens, and we made our saves. So they're sitting there, and these guys, the Demon Chaos Lord over here, he did a lot. The Torrent wiped out 2 or 3, and then the rest of the fire killed. There was a couple of Melta shots. We left with only 1 guy left from that Stern Guard squad that dropped down from last turn. But what happened to that Forge Fiend? The same thing happened to the Defiler. He failed at a demon save or something.
Yeah. Basically killed himself with...
the Demon Forge?
Yeah, the Demon Forge.
Or was it a Plasma?
No.
It was one of the 2, right?
I think it was a Plasma.
Plasma overheat. Well, whatever it was, he had 1 whole point remaining, but he did put some Plasma into this. He was immobilized. He killed this squad. Or killed 3 guys from this squad, and these guys fell back. But the overheat killed him, glanced him out. So he's dead. And you did a whole point of damage here and blew off the power fist of this dreadnought from melter shots over here. So these two melter guns fired in and blew off the power fist from that dread and that squad. And the one lone cultist, he ran off the board. He didn't make his morale check. So we're going into assault phase now. We got Terminators charging against bikes, and we got a Demon Prince charging this squad. And how about these guys? Obliterators are slow and purposeful. Can they?
Yeah, they're going to charge those guys.
Alright. So we got 3 charges coming up. Let's see what happens in that phase. Alright, so Overwatch did 1 wound on one of these Obliterators, but they're going to be in. Overwatch over here did wound the Terminator, but he made his save, but they failed their charge. And now we're going to do some Overwatch over here.
Got the 3 wounds anyway.
So the Demon Prince is in. We did get Overwatch shot. The Bolter did get a hit, but he made his Jinx save against the Bolter, right? 2 up. Yeah. So now let's see if the Heavy Bolter does any damage. It's Twin Link. I mean, it's Bolter Drill, so let's reroll. If I need to get a 6, nope. So he's in, and he gets his initiative 8 attacks. We'll roll this up and see what happens after. Initiative 8. All right, so we're getting crazy here with these rules with the demons. So he rolled a 1 for the demon weapon. His Hammer of Wrath killed 1 guy. So that was initiative 10. Then he rolled for the demon weapon, rolled a 1, and failed your invulnerable save, right?
Yep.
So he took the final wound before he gets to do his attacks. Is it before, or do you get your attacks?
On a 1, roll d6 at the start of the fight subphase. On a 1, he takes a wound, and his weapon skill 1 until the end of the phase. So he takes
it before he gets his attacks, then, right? All right, so
he's dead.
He's dead. All right, the brave Heavy Bolter that took on the Demon Prince. We don't know how he killed him, but we'll say he did, even though the demon weapon got him. He consolidated over here, and then he watched the Terminators put the axe and butcher one of the bikes, and then wounded the other one, but the Power Fist failed to get his wound. He got 1 hit and only rolled a 1. And then we ran. We rolled 17, so we fell back pretty far here with a wounded bike. And now the Terminators have turned, and we got a Heavy Bolter facing them off. So that's the end of the assault phase, right? This one's locked up. Oh, we got these guys.
Yeah.
Let's do this one. I get 3 attacks. I hit 3 times. Toughness 5. 1 wound on the Obliterator.
Ooh, I failed.
So I kill 1 before the Power Fist attacks.
Now I got 3 with the Power Fist into you. 2 hit. 2 dead.
Alright, so 1 guy's still alive. Let's roll the initiative. I mean the leadership, because I lost. I got a straight up 8, which I'm okay. And we're just locked up.
Damn.
Alright, so that was a lot of weird assaults, but you didn't kill anything.
No.
Your Demon Prince died.
I killed my Demon Prince.
Yeah, the Demon Prince died, and these guys fell back, but Terminators were okay, and I survived that somehow. So the Obliterator is going to be safe from shooting, but we'll see if we can take out a Terminator maybe. Alright, we're at the bottom of... what are we at the bottom of 4 here?
Yeah.
So bottom of turn 4, Nurgle, you were not able to generate a card that turn because you didn't control any objectives. But you're still up. It's 8-3. And we're going to go into the bottom of the 4th turn and see if the Crimson Fist can get a couple of points back this round. Alright, we're in control of 2 objectives. So we pulled Honor Your Chapter, which means at the end of the turn, if 1 or more enemy characters were killed in a challenge, I get a point. And then no prisoners, so this is the other one where we just got to destroy something. And if I can get 3 units, I can get D3. So we got to try to get 3 things destroyed, if possible. So the orders have been consistent, trying to destroy the enemy, just getting units killed. And the attack bike moved up and around over here, so we got some Heavy Bolter fire from the stationary lone Marine, and the Heavy Bolter firing at Terminators. And I got a Storm Bolter, and that We moved this Rhino to try to block some las cannon fire. And looks like we're able to get maybe 2 blocked. We popped smoke. This vehicle, Razorback, moved in here to try to block this alley. That Warp Smith jumped in that Rhino that's still functioning, and it's got no damage. The Obliterator is locked up in combat over here. We moved these 2 guys around from over here. Tactical Marines with the 1 melta gun. The Razorback moved up a bit. Still trying to stay in touch with that objective. That was one of the things that got us the point, the card. The Dreadnought's got a good move this time, so we'll be able to flame these squads and possibly get a nice assault. These guys had to stay still because the lead wire was immobilized. The Devastator squad that came out of that vehicle is now moved around, and the tactical moved around, so we got a lot of bolt of fire that can come down in this area. So we're going to really focus on these 2 squads here, see if we can do some damage. And the lone Stern Guard guy moved 12 inches away from the Lord. I'm still going to get my shots at him, but there's not much we can really do if he makes those saves. But Chris has been rolling a lot of 1s, and some stranger things have happened, so we'll see what we got. Bottom of turn 4 here. We're going to get our shooting on. Let's take care of those dice rolls and get back to you. Alright, a lot of shooting. The Lord made a save against that Stern Guard. The Heavy Bolters and a whole bunch of other things, but we were able to kill with bolter fire, what, 2 or 3 of the Death Guard over there?
Yeah, a few.
A couple of them. They failed their feel no pains. Made some more. I think a las cannon got one from over here. The Dreadnoughts flamed and las cannoned a bunch of these guys, but they held their morale, and we didn't kill them all, and then we failed our charge. He missed his overwatch with the melters, but we needed a 7-inch charge going through the terrain, and we rolled like a 3, I think. It was bad. So a lot of bolter fire. Did take out some of the Death Guard. Dreadnoughts killed a couple of guys over here. We had to run with them because they had no shots. We did this. Heavy bolter bounced off the Rhino's hull, and we lost this combat with the power fist of here. And we did kill, attack bike did kill a Terminator there, but this guy failed to wound on his 3 hits. So killed some guys, but didn't get a unit killed, so we didn't get our objective of no prisoners. And we're going into the top of turn 5, but I don't think Chris has any objective cards, so objectives held, so he can't pull any cards. But you do get 1, so you're allowed to pull 1 card minimum.
Okay.
All right, so he's going to pull his 1 card, and let's see what he gets. What'd you get on that?
Ascendancy. D3 victory points. If I control 3 objective markers at the end of my turn.
All right, so you have a. Well, I have a lot, and if you destroy stuff, if you destroy that pod right there, that's contesting it. You'll hold it. So if that pod goes down, you'll have it with your Havocs. That's 1.
Yeah, I could
over here, you got this thing right here. Your Death Guard guys can come over here and probably get that one. And still with your Torrent Flamer, probably do a lot of damage against this squad. And possibly right here. But you'd have to destroy a lot of things. This is not objective secured. The Dreadnoughts are. So you might have to kill. You still got a melta gun in there. It's possible. You got possibilities here. You got this over here too. You got this one. Here's another one. You kill that 1 Marine, and objective 2 becomes a viable option. You got Obliterator in here. You got an opportunity for this. All right, so we're going to the top of 5. Let's see if Chris can get that Ascendancy. Alright, so he went for the Ascendancy. The las cannons penetrated and exploded the Dreadnought. The drop pod. So that's 1 objective. The lone Heavy Bolter Marine was gunned down. And he controls this objective, so that's 2. This Razorback came under multi-melta from the Obliterator, blew off the turret, and the melta gun popping out of the hatch with the Warp Smith, but he rolled a 1 to hit. So that thing's down a whole point. He used his meltas over here. You destroyed something over here, didn't you?
Yeah, I blew up the Rhino.
The Razorback that was here controlling this objective is gone from this explosion. Meltas. So a lot of meltas this turn. You killed the Stern Guard over there with another melta shot. Automatic, right?
Yep.
Dead. But you didn't get in range of this objective or that objective. So the ascendancy was failed by 1. So we're going into the bottom of 5.
Yep.
And I'm down by 5. So we're going to see what the Crimson Fist can do to try to pull out a victory from this Nurgle infestation. Alright, Heavy Bolter, attack bike, kills the Terminator. Good start. Didn't do any damage to the Obliterator from the Storm Bolter here. That was the plan. Killed a Plague Marine with a Melta. But could not kill him with the las cannons. And we failed our 8-inch charge because we were going through terrain. So the one guy lives. Bolter fire, tried to take him out, couldn't do it. We ran these two guys to get these objectives. We did kill a lot. We had these las cannons and heavy bolters here. Did get to the Lord's retinue over there, and you can see a lot of missing. I killed a couple, right? 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Yep, so good round of shooting this time. But the one dude left, so we still didn't get the no prisoners. So another chance. So I need this to go to a 6th turn, because there's a lot of 1 wound guys left. 2 Obliterators, a Terminator, the one guy here.
2 guys there.
Even this guy is on his way out. A Rhino is always susceptible to a las cannon shot. I got a Melt-A-Gun over here. I could pop up on this thing and fire it. I mean, I have some chances, and I got a lot of places. I'm in control of like 3 objectives, 4 objectives, so I can get a big chance to get some cards here. But we're in the latter stages of this battle, and it's been a long battle. And the Nurgle have been tough as nails, true to their name. What do you think, Chris? I'm losing by 3. You want to control your fate, or you want me to roll the die? On a 3-up, it's going to go to a turn 6, because right now you're winning the game.
I'll roll with the emotion dice as well.
Alright, so we got an emoji dice. Here it is. It's going, and you're not happy about it because you would have won, right?
Yeah.
Not happy, but it is going to a turn 6, and I'm in good position to get some cards. That's appropriate that it's in a pool of blood over here, right? Alright, the Nurgle. They drew cards that were, I guess, not really. I mean, one of them was domination, control every objective, not a good thing. And the other one was objective 4, which is firmly in control of the Crimson Fists over here in this ruined area. But the Nurgle have come out with a vengeance. The Warpsmith backed up his Rhino, unloaded a Melta shot, annihilated this pod, exploded, blew up. This guy, who I didn't kill from last turn, unloaded his Melta into my line-breaking Rhino over there. Destroyed it, blown up. Havocs, point-blank range to the blocking Rhino. Didn't explode it, but wrecked it. And another line-breaking unit out of the equation. I still have a pod that's in line-breaker situation. And I got a couple squads that can definitely get in there. So I could get a possible point there, but that still put me down by 4. He killed this bike that was controlling this objective with a las cannon shot from the Obliterator. Popped him out. But I'm in control of 3 objectives. This one, number 5 right here, number 4, and number 3. So I'm going to be able to pull 3 cards, and I need 4 points. I need 5 points. Well, if that thing's still alive, I should only need 4 with Linebreaker. We have a lot of units that are on the brink of destruction, and I still have that no prisoners card, so that's just destroy a unit. And I can get a D3 out of it if I destroy 3 or more. So let's go to the cards and see what I get. Alright, we pulled Hungry for Glory. That's a challenge. Don't think it's going to happen. Secure Objective 1. We just lost the bike that was securing it, and there's nothing in the area to get it, so that's not going to be an option. So it's really up to no prisoners. Between 3 and 5 units destroyed, I get D3. And if I get 6 or more, I get D3 plus 3. So let's see if I can unleash hell. Alright, the shooting. we tried to back up this Razorback to get a long-range shot at that Terminator. So we backed up, and we see him. But we were 4 inches short. It wasn't long enough. And then I'm like, oh, we got the Obliterator possibly, because there he is, right? But if you look from the las cannon, can't really see him, so no shot. The Melter Gunners, they got up here with the 6-inch move. They had a clean shot, but we blew off the combi weapon. And then these two last cannons had a good shots right here. Let's see if we could finish him. And he made his cover save, because he's right behind that. There's only a little bit piece sticking out there, so he's getting a good cover. So we failed. We killed the Melter Gunner. Yeah, we killed this dude, right? There was a Melter Gunner there.
Finally.
All these bolters. And we tried to wipe out some of the Lord, but he made his feel no pains with that toughness 5. We couldn't wound him. But we got Line Breaker, so we got the 1 point. We needed to get 3 kills. We only got 1. So we scored 1 point for no prisoners, and we're losing 8-4. If we get Line Breaker, it'll be 8-5. Turn 7. You want to roll it with the emoji die again?
Sure.
This is the last chance I got. Not happening.
And it's an unhappy face.
Yep, I think it's a 4 or more we need. So, that's it. The game's over, and it's unhappy for me this time. The Crimson Fist had their chance, but they couldn't get it done with the cards, and they couldn't get it done with the shooting. So we had Line Breaker, so we got another point. So we brought it within 8-5, but we couldn't kill the Warlord, who was over there. We had First Blood, but that one special card that the Death Guard got, what is that, from the Legion, Traitor Legion?
Yeah, you know, seven guys killed, score 1 point. 14 killed, scored D3. 21 killed, scored D3 plus 3. And I got exactly 21.
Yeah, you had that great round where all the shooting came together, and the Ironclad went down, and pods went down, and bikes went down. A whole bunch of all my Stern Guard. It was a real good fight, and
keep in mind, 4 of my units killed themselves.
You're right. The Demon Prince, right?
Yeah.
The Defiler, the Forge Fiend,
and the other Defiler.
Both Defilers?
No, just actually.
3 of them
Fiend.
definitely got Demon Weaponed or Demon Forged.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a really good game. I'm glad we were able to get this in for one of the last games of 7th edition, and hopefully the Crimson Fists. You know, I haven't played them in a while, but I finally wanted to get these Sternhammer Strike Forces going, and they're starting to get going. I just got to get a couple more 7th edition games before it's over. Hopefully we won't lose Bolter Drill and all the little cool things that we do have right now. All right, well, this is the Bellport Battle Bunker, and we had played a nice 2,500 point mission. We had the Traitor Legion book against the Angels of Death, Space Marines. And it wound up being a Chaos Space Marine Nurgle victory by 3 victory points on cards. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned next time for the next battle report on the Bellport Battle Bunker, trying to bring the hobby back and trying to get as many 7th edition games under our belt as we can before 8th edition hits. Alright, thanks for watching.